Today's dilemma says, I feel so alone, like no one cares about me. I have just recently moved out of my daddy's house. He was very abusive. I'm still trying to process through exactly what happened because I stayed 3 years and never until just recently noticed the abuse. I'm remembering things and reading my journals every day, reading things I didn't remember writing, about things I didn't remember happening. And my friend and my siblings just keep saying pretty much for me to get over it. You're not there yourself. I don't see what the problem is. Aren't you happy here? Aren't we good enough? Or just constantly snapping at me? I just don't know how to handle things feeling, and I don't know how to explain to my friends and siblings how I feel. So that's our today's dilemma. So I'll ask you to be able to share with this friend of ours. How have you ever handled such a situation in your life? Or did you hear a friend who handled it in a certain way? I've always believed this, that by the time someone is coming public about their private issue, it's because they actually need help. Usually, every one of us has the ability to endure pain, difficulty, trauma to certain extent. A time comes when it's overwhelming, it's beyond you, and unless you get help, you're likely to be thrown off balance, and that's where it gets bad and tough in a situations where it could cost us more money, it could cost relationships and all that stuff. So we need to be very empathetic to people who come out publicly to share their pain, to share their situation, because if you can't offer help, then it's okay to let it pass to someone else. But I've always taught myself, let's always be very tolerant, let's be always be positive to share our peace of mind to the dilemmas presented. So before I share my peace of mind, I also wanted to remind you that you're a human being. And so the first thing you've done is coming out public. I celebrate you, I salute you. The second thing, of course, is to understand that your world is unique to you, your world is known to you. And so that includes all the pain, all the memories, all the traumas, all the negative emotions that are running through your mind as you remember what happened to you in the past. Like in this situation, you're remembering what happened to you in your abusive environment, and your father was the one who was doing it against you. So there's so much that you're processing that you couldn't process when you're in that abusive environment, because usually when you're in an abusive environment, your freedom gets restricted in a way. So like you don't have that freedom to allow your mind to think because you're trying to survive. So you adapt what you call a survival personality, or you simply want to pacify matters. You don't want to cause trouble lest it gets worse for you. So you learn to survive. You learn to pull along, not exactly like you'll have done if you're in a different environment, but just for that particular time. But now see, right now you're in a different environment altogether. Right now things are you're remembering all that is happening. Right now in a safe environment, and this is what I would like you to know, that your world is your world. And so it doesn't matter what I think, what I can say, or how I feel about what you should do. Yes, you're in a safe environment, but you see, we process things differently. You see, you who has been in a negative, abusive environment, you're processing those emotions and those memories differently than the person you've just told the story, or the person who is aware of what happened to you, but not necessarily because they went through it. So I'll ask you this, to be patient with yourself. Give yourself time to process all this. But what I celebrate you for is coming out public. And the more you talk about it, the more you're releasing the pain, the more you're emptying the poison, the more you're emptying the cup so that you can create more space for positive vibrations, for positive energy, for even associations and relationships that can help you move from that toxic past into a very positive present and even future. Thank you, and God bless you as you watch me share another dilemma tomorrow. Thank you.